Look, we saw over the last 12 months very strong growth, as you just pointed out, in our home lending market. We saw stronger performance in the first half of the year in comparison to the second half. So I think what we've seen in South Australia, and especially in Adelaide metropolitan areas, is very strong growth over the last 12 months in house prices. That has plateaued somewhat in the certainly last quarter, and I think that we'll probably continue to see a plateauing in the house prices in the coming 12 months. I still believe, and South Australia had its largest population growth last year for many years, so I still see that there will be ongoing demand for housing, and therefore with that strong growth in population, and yet there hasn't been enough growth in new home building to actually match that demand. So I don't see that the housing market's going to collapse, or that there's a housing bubble, as a lot of people refer to. I think what we'll see is a plateauing in house prices over the next 12 months, and in some ways that's probably not a bad thing. But we would certainly hope, as consumer confidence increases, that there'll be more people entering the home market, and that's probably going to be into the second half of this coming year. Yeah, look, I think definitely in South Australia, mining, defence, I also think we've seen some great increases in confidence, and we'll see business flow in the agricultural sector, and obviously that's coming off the back of strong rains, and I know farmers are certainly expecting strong crop yield this year, so I think that's very positive for South Australia, and there'll be a flow on to other downstream industries as a result of that. We have, as you mentioned, seen I think some tough times in the manufacturing sector, and especially as the Australian dollar continues to be very strong against the US dollar. That is a tough environment for our exporters in terms of being competitive on overseas markets.
Small business finding it tough at the moment, do you think?
Yeah, I certainly believe that small business, I think the retail sector, is facing some challenging times as well, and I know, just like you, no doubt, reading some of the headlines today, the latest increase in the cash rate by the Reserve Bank of Australia, overall we've seen consumers and businesses with a cautious outlook in the short term, and I think that cautious outlook is going to continue for a little while. But there's still opportunity out there, and certainly over the next 12 months there's a reasonable level of confidence in people that things will improve.